Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Bishop Matthew Kukah, has lamented that Christians in northern Nigeria have been and are still under severe stress, oppression, and marginalization by their Muslim counterparts. Kukah, in a recent paper presented at the conference of Harnessing Nigeria's Religious Diversity for Sustainable Peace and National Development held in Kano, the Kano state capital, said Christians in the north do not feel sense of belonging despite their enormous contributions to business, education, and others. The cleric said beyond Kano, Christians feel merely tolerated and their freedoms compromised. He said often those in the minorities in given situations of justice, whether they are women or youth, Christians or Muslims outside their comfort zones, are often accused of being ungrateful, and they do not appreciate the generosity of their hosts. But we are in one country given out to us by law, and today no one should be treated as a stranger anywhere, nor should anyone claim to be host to anyone. It is the duty of the government to make the laws that guarantee that we all obey such laws. For example, how do we expect the fact that churches are seen but not accepted as part of our heritage in our cities? Why is burning of churches tolerated? Why and how can a citizen that take life of another on the grounds of religion and nothing happens? How is it that across the northern states you can find land to build a restaurant, a hotel, a cinema, house, and so on with no problem, but there's no land to build a church? Governments in the north, for example, often say that Christians should seek written permission from those around where they want to build church. You can further question how and what is about Christianity that makes so many ordinary Muslims in northern Nigeria uncomfortable, and what makes some Christians uncomfortable about Islam. He said that we all claim to be descendants of Abraham, which means we have a common parentage, adding that if that is truly the case, why are we being denied our legitimate inheritance? Muslim makes the same claims, but the solution is not an exchange of excuses, but a determination to build harmony. The answer is to create an opportunity to hear out one another in forums such as this. The right to practice our faith should be adequately protected. Christians feel quite insulted when, as we have here in Kano, land allocation forms and say that the land cannot be used for a church or a brothel. This is not only an insult but humiliating to Christians. We should openly show these wounds so they can be washed and treated. I hear Muslims say that in his days, the Prophet allowed Christians to pray in his community, or that Muslims found refuge with a kind king in Abyssinia. I also hear quotations from the Quran that to the effect there is no compulsion in religion, and that if God had wanted us to worship him in one way, he would have made us one. So who are those standing in the way of God today by denying other people their rights on the basis of religion? We are not asking you to give us your mosque, but by God giving us land, build our churches, rebuild them, and they are bonds, and do not merely say that the criminals are merely miscreants. These miscreants are not spirits. They have parents and they have addresses, even if they are on the streets. Our governors should lead by example and do the right thing. When you stand with the victim, you point at a finger ideal about the future, and you shame the extremists. Whenever a place of worship is desecrated, anywhere and any region, we human beings are diminished, and God is not pleased by this no matter where and when it happens. The way this man they talk, he has been talking like that before, but recently I didn't even understand where he's coming from, but now he has come back on track, and that is exactly what it means. Christian in northern Nigeria under severe stress. Operation by Muslims deny land to build churches, according to Bishop Matthew Kukah. My people everywhere, this is just the beginning. They hate Western education. Why should they want church? They don't want their children to know the truth. They preach hate and intolerance. Every means that we propagate the truth, even if it costs themselves their life, the opposite, but it will end soon. So Christians in the north, you have option now to take back your freedom through Peter B mandates come 2023 and live to tell the story. You have to live to tell the story. 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 Again, if you are a Christian, consider our northern brethren before casting your vote. Don't only remember them in your prayers, but with your votes. Don't vote Muslim tickets. You are right. They refuse churches to build fences and even stifle the process of land prosecution for church buildings raised on normal occurrences. Bishop Kukah, God will continue to bless you for these facts you are revealing. This is bitter truth and scares, but preach it. It has been there and they will be telling us about one Nigeria. Is that how it ought to be? Majority of them are either campaigning for Atiku or Tinubu, and their operation continues. It does. Their operation continues. I pity the northern church. Should APC win the election with their Muslim ticket, hey, their Muslim neighbor will rub it on their faces. Deborah on my mind. Freedom has come their way. Ubidati is the solution. That is according to Sahara reporters. Fake news for selfish interest. We know that is really glad for yourself. I'm just surprised hearing this from this pastor. The way we gave you land and tolerate you to build churches in our land, I'm very sure that is not how Muslims have been given the land to build mosques in a Christian dominated state.